He's supposed to be going to the Security Council, which has a very, very high standard of dress.
What are you expecting from his?
Well, first of all, it's an opportunity for a briefing. It's in closed consultations. We asked for it. We wanted it closed because we'd like to have quite a lot of detail from the UN about what's actually happening on the ground. As there is a military operation ongoing, we think we'll get more of that detail if it's closed. And I think that's perfectly reasonable. We hope also to hear something about Houthi dispositions, because some of what we hear suggests there may have been mining of the harbour by the Houthis, so we're very interested in that. Beyond that, I'd like to echo what the Foreign Secretary said in London this morning. Now the military operation is underway, we look to all parties to act in accordance with international humanitarian law, protection of civilians. But I also want to recall that the coalition is acting in Yemen at the request of the legitimate Yemeni government. And this request was made after the Houthis came into force in 2014. So I think that's an important point. But the other point I want to reiterate is that there can be no overall military solution to the conflict. We really do need to get back into a process for a political settlement. Martin Griffiths is working very hard to that end. He's the UN envoy, as you know. We look to the parties to rally to Martin's proposals and help him in line with that. We've seen some very helpful statements from the UAE about their respect for international humanitarian law, but also their willingness to work with the UN. We look to the Houthis to make sure that they are supporting Martin Griffiths to the hilt as he tries to move things forward on the political track. Well, there's a military operation ongoing, and I think it's very difficult in the absence of detailed information for the Council to take a view on a military operation. So we will see what's said in the Council, and then I'm sure the Council will want to discuss and work out what is the best way the Council can contribute to the restoration of peace and security and making progress on a political settlement.
So Sweden is calling for an immediate freeze, saying that this is the best way to help Griffiths and the UN to try and get back to the peace process.
I think there's an assumption in there that I'm not at the moment well informed enough to make. I think the important thing that Martin Griffiths was trying to do was to negotiate Houthi withdrawal from Hodeidah. I think if it is possible for him still to do that, we should back his efforts in doing so.
Have the Houthis agreed to? Not yet?
Not to the best of my knowledge, but as I say, we need to have an update from the UN of what's actually happening on the ground, and we hope to get that in this closed session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.